Open still. This is the two-year-old Challenge Stakes of 1100 metres. There's only one previous winner in the race too. Down the board there, as you can see, there's plenty of chances. Of the rest there, here's Summer Nymph, number 9 at 360. That's for the 7th event, and they're about to start calling them in. Group 2 race. Now, Warwick Farm, first in 13, Dark Chocolate, Cat Rain, Celebrity Rose and Al Yafil, 2, 4, 5 and 1. And just 6 runners in the first at Warwick Farm. The Schwarzier Handicap, the favourites Al Yafil at $2.90 ahead of 4 Cat Rain. It's the first in 12 minutes from Sydney. Now, Challenge Stakes, a $100,000 race for the 2-year-olds. Summer Nymph, number 9, still a maiden. She's had 3 starts for 2 minor placings. She's been runner-up at her last 2, including second in the Cullen Stakes at Pukekohe 2 runs back. Let's head across to Trentham for race 7.
Worked particularly well, and I think he's a little bit bullish about his chances.
And why would he not? $6.05, $2.15 from a stable that just ran so hot with 2-year-old racing last year, Mike. I said it was unbelievable, the figures that Tiakau stables managed to produce.
They certainly had their success, and duly given to them as well, in the sense of they've got the firepower and they know what to do with it. So winning way is a very good way to be, isn't it, in this day and age. Capstad filly, she does look nice. She's had the 5 for the 3 wins and a placing as well. And just heard from Lance about the draws here. Looks like 5, and inside of that's probably the ideal. But as he said, if you drew a little wider, you have to get back and ride for luck more often than not. So it's assembled a very good field, this, for the Ford Wakefield Challenge Stakes at Group 2. Black type on offer here, and just a couple to link up with favouritism remaining there, with Summer Nymph at $3.80 and $1.70. I thought her run at Ellerslie on Boxing Day was huge behind Clean Sweep. She was really getting to the line strongly. Grant Cooksey, the rider that day. Michael Walker aboard today.
Gee, there's been a plunge on a Tapi. $7.95 and $2.45, the 2-year-old by Last Tycoon. Are we nervous here, Lance? I mean, Prickle, she's got manners.
Oh, there's 3 strong men pushing her in. I think they'll get her in.
Waiting for the Matthew and Noel's colours of Go Our Breeze, and the Ford Wakefield Challenge Stakes of 2004 is ready. The favourite is Summer Nymph, $3.90, $1.75. As we join you, Tony, good luck with the call.
So the last of them to come up into the barriers now. Yes, thank you, Andre. These Go Our Breeze. So we are ready for the Group 2 Ford Wakefield Challenge Stakes. Favourite Summer Nymph. Line looks good, it is. They're off and running. Atapai wasn't brilliantly away. Nor to Sir Woody, but Egyptian Ra near the inside certainly was. It shows plenty of speed, as too does Lots of Toe. Gets straight up onto the pace as well. And now Sir Woody, showing any amount of toe on the outside, has whipped around and does lead them up from Egyptian Ra. Florilegium is nice and handy to these with Atapai. There's a length and a half, Capstan and Platinum Slipper. Then we have Shaker, Silver Nymph behind these runners. Then is Summer Nymph as they run on down. Now Prickle's a long way back with Dominica and Tokan, and Go Our Breeze was back as well. And as they turn, Lots of Toes pulled right to the outside. Here we go, Egyptian Ra on the outside of Sir Woody, and Egyptian Ra has taken over. Florilegian and Capstan are after them, and then Platinum Slipper back in behind these Atapai, and Prickle running on right against the inside, but Capstan's put a good, very good turn of foot to go up outside of Egyptian Ra, who fights on. Prickle dashing home against the inside, but Opie Boston and Capstan racing away with the Wakefield Challenge Stakes. Gets it from Egyptian Ra. Prickle a big burst to grab 3rd. Florilegium, Lots of Toe behind these. Then Platinum Slipper. Atapai was the next, followed through by Tokan, Shaker, Dominica. Some of them pulling up very quickly. Hope she's okay, from Go Our Breeze and Sir Woody, who went hard early, but it's been the last of the men.
Filly by Capstad, ridden by Opie Bosson. Capstan over Egyptian Ra and Prickle, 6-3-8 on race number 7 from New Zealand. Here's the dividends. Trifecta in New South Wales, $829.60, with Super Tab and Unitab still to come. That's on race 7. And of course, still to come from New Zealand this afternoon, the running of the big ones, the Group 1 New Zealand Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies, and also the Telegraph Handicap. Those races a little later this afternoon. That's it for Sky Race Day Early Edition. Coming up next, our Saturday afternoon of live racing on Sky. In the first, for 3-year-old fillies over 1,300. Cat Rain is firming up to $2.90 and has taken over as favourite now. She's a former Kiwi, having her first start in Australia. 3-year-old fillies in the first, Melbourne too. There's the market. Strike line, Dan Nicolic's mount is at $1.60. A little bit shorter on the interstate TABs. Rinky Dink and Getting Lucky are also included in the hopes. That's for the first at Caulfield, the Ian Miller Handicap, in a bit over 20 minutes' time.
First on a big day, English Classic Day here at Warwick Farm. 9 races, they're off. Field jumps sweetly from the outside. Cat Rain, the stablemate, away pretty well. Followed on the inside, Celebrity Rose, then Ubiquity. Second last is Dark Chocolate and a couple of lengths to Regal Fun. They work their way past the 1100 marker, and Field getting across onto the rails leads by a couple of lengths on Cat Rain. Celebrity Rose in the 3rd position. Dark Chocolate running 4th. Another 2 lengths, Regal Fun. And Ubiquity drops out last as they head along to the 800 pole. No change in the order to any degree. Field for Beatman leads Brown aboard the favourite Cat Rain. About 3/4 of a length in it. 1 1/2 third is Celebrity Rose, followed by Dark Chocolate, 1 out, 1 back, and 2 lengths Regal Fun, 3/4 to a length Ubiquity. This is the pattern coming along past the 550. Field, a stablemate, sitting right at its quarters, Cat Rain. In 3rd position, 2 away, Celebrity Rose, followed by Dark Chocolate being called upon from Ubiquity and Regal Fun. They're on the turn for home now, and Field straightens up about a half length on Cat Rain. Celebrity Rose getting up on the rails, and then Dark Chocolate. Beatman draws the whip on Field. Likewise, Brown on Cat Rain and Celebrity Rose on the rail. Field still in front. Cat Rain is making a race of it with Celebrity Rose, but Field will not surrender. Cat Rain's almost got it now. Cat Rain hits the front. Cat Rain, I reckon, a nostril to the stablemate Field. 3rd, Celebrity Rose. Photo 4th, Ubiquity and Dark Chocolate. And tailed off was Regal Fun. Photo. Cat Rain looks as though I might have just got up here. Cat Rain, number 4, wearing down the stablemate Field. She wouldn't surrender, Field. And then on the outside, Cat Rain made a big lunge, getting to the post, and yep, we'll get it. I would say, looking at the close shot, the ground shot, the longer shot will be more apparent the outside horse, Cat Rain. Standing by for the numbers. Cat Rain, number 4, showing on the tote in New South Wales at 240. And here's the number. Yep, she gets it. Number 4, Cat Rain, ridden by Corey Brown, is first. Number 1 is second, Field. Darren Beatman, great sight, those 2 champion jockeys in a tooth and nail drive to the line. And Celebrity Rose wasn't far away, and Brent Stanley losing nothing in comparison with Corey and Darren on Celebrity Rose has run 3rd. The official 4th was number 2, and that was Dark Chocolate. So it's 4, 1, 5 and 2 on the foot.
All right, and that first 4 dividend in New South Wales pays $54.80 on race number 1. Cat Rain, too good for Field. Celebrity Rose, the trifecta was $27 even on race number 1. Race 1 at Caulfield, they're about to move in. Alf Matthews is keeping an eye on the betting. Have they come for anything late, Alf?
Not really, Matt. Rinky Dink has been quite a significant drifter unders the tote at the moment. Getting Lucky fits into the same category, although it's value the tote. But it's shifted out a good 1.5 points on course. Tuscana, again, got right out the gate. Still just overs the tote. And then we look down. Strike line's still been fairly solid on course, square across the board there. ULAP just shifted out a touch, good value. Songs of Vienna, it's relatively good value too, as opposed to on course, even though it shifted out just a couple of points. And then we go down to Aliana down the bottom. Again, been a drifter, but massive odds, the tote at the moment. But no, look, Matt, they're keeping Strike line relatively solid on course. It's just shifted, you know, a minute amount to be square at the moment. And no, that's about all. Not a great deal of interest outside of the favourite.
Has taken its position over near the outside. And Rinky Dink, who ran so bravely for a long while in the VRC Oaks, is to move in. This is Lane's End coming up now for Mark Zara. Lane's End moving into the stalls, has a middle gate. Starter Mr. McCarroll on the platform awaiting these last couple to move in. It's gone about a minute past start time now. A couple of the young fillies have been a bit reluctant here today. Fairly strong southerly breeze which will be blowing them home on the side of the course to approach the home turn. It just might have upset a couple of these young lasses today. Campaign today. They're set. Ready to run. Racing now, and Strike line jumped reasonably well. ULAP one of the first to bounce out. Tuscana away quickly, and Aliana showing great speed at the 800. Aliana out in front of Getting Lucky, coming over into second placing. Strike line driving up on the fence with Tuscana to share third and fourth, and then ULAP a length and a half away fifth. Tycoon Diva on the rail, followed by Lane's End at about 4 lengths away in the field. Rinky Dink over on the outside of Songs of Vienna. Aliana the leader coming around the home turn. Strike line is following it and Getting Lucky on the outside, keeping the favourite pocketed, with Tuscana making some ground, and then came Tycoon Diva, followed by ULAP and Lane's End. Aliana the leader, Strike line trying to shoulder out. A little bit of a gap coming now as Getting Lucky starts to wilt. Aliana in front though at the 150. Strike line having a battle to get there. Aliana's holding her by 2 lengths at the moment. Under the whip, Aliana from Strike line, and she's going great guns in the run home, Aliana. And Aliana scores by 2 lengths Strike line. Tycoon Diva third. Coming home well along the inside then was Songs of Vienna, followed in by Rinky Dink Tuscana, and then came ULAP. Getting Lucky dropped right out of it the second last, and last in Lane's End.
Dublin, the outside of...
First race at Caulfield in great style, trained by Tony McAvoy, Matthew Pumper on board. She was first up today. She'd only had one previous run, and she certainly improved during the spill she's returned from today. 8 months off. Aliana over Strike line, number 4. The favourite couldn't match her, and Tycoon Diva back in third spot. The trifecta $2,005, 947 on race 1 from Caulfield. Count the figures. Let's hear from Willie Pearson, the rider of Razor Jane.
Well, Will, you're riding the outsider of the two Gwenda Markwell runners here, Razor Jane, but she does like Warwick Farm.
Yeah, she's won 2 from 3 here, Chris.
And have you ridden her before?
No, this is my first ride on her.
She gets on the pace, or?
Yeah, she's an on-pace runner. You know, the track should suit her.
You got a couple of rides for Jack Denham, 2 Raid and Rule in the 4th.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's been a bit disappointing, but could run a race here today.
Yeah, he's up to the mile here, and, you know, he looks like an outside hope.
And in the last race, Copeton, pretty good fresh horse, and looks a good chance for you in the last.
Yeah, he's first up today. You know, he gets up there on the pace too, and he should give punters a good hope.
You enjoying your riding in Sydney?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, mate. Well, you're riding well, Will, so good luck today with your rides.
Thanks, mate.
Willie Pearson there at Warwick Farm, the rider of Razor Jane number 5, and they're parading for race 2. A couple of very good rides in the Group 1 races a little bit later this afternoon, including Tully Dane in the Telegraph Handicap, and he also rides Kind Return in the Trentham New Zealand Oaks, which is race 11. We'll show you live coverage of those New Zealand Group 1s a little bit later this afternoon. Race 2 at Warwick Farm, Corey Brown's on the favourite for this one, St Jessie. Corey's looking for an early double after taking the first on Cat Rain for trainer John O'Shea. If you missed race 1, it was 4 Cat Rain, over 1 Alia Feel, 5 Celebrity Rose and 2 Dark Chocolate. So the numbers on the first were 4, 1, 5 and 2. The winner paying $2.40. So it was a fancied result in race 1. Now, our latest market for Victoria Park, their first race is coming up in 13 minutes' time. Making the Road number 8 comes up at $2.70 there, and Making the Road, a mare trained by Philip Stokes at Morfettville, runner-up last time out in a Class 5. She's in a Mares Open today. She did hit the line strongly last start. Pretty solid, although New South Wales punters have got her at a pretty fair quote. They're with Rose Royce, number 10. That's for Adelaide in 12 minutes' time. Now, it looks like Natural Thunder there getting a little bit of a towel down from the rider. Muggy conditions in Sydney today, so a few of these horses are getting a little bit sweaty on their way around to the start. Although that mare's very well within herself. Wombalano Bell, who we've been talking about. She's won her last couple of starts and is shaping up for the hat-trick. And there's the value bet alert dropping in too. There's a value bet in the next race at Victoria Park. The value bet telephone number is 1902 238 238. The call cost is $4.40, but higher charges may apply for mobile and payphone users. Now let's head off to Sydney. Warwick Farm Race 2 with Ian.
Right, okay, here we are out at Warwick Farm for race number 2, and in the second race of the day, not a lot of action here on course, and Jessie is the favourite on track and accordingly on tote, 290 and 140. Second pick on track. I'll just have a late look for you, and it is number 9, Silver Crescent. Now just shaded by Wombalano Bell, looking for the hat-trick. So on track, 1 St Jessie from 4 Wombalano Bell, third pick 9 Silver Crescent, and then number 5 Razor Jane. So Gwenda Markwell has a strong hand here with Razor Jane and Dark Intrigue. So in the second of the day, they're about to come into the barrier stalls. First of the day was a terrific finish. John O'Shea had 2 runners. The favourite Cat Rain had Al-Yafil, and they ran in that order. Cat Rain beat Al-Yafil by a nose. Cat Rain, Corey Brown, Al-Yafil, Darren Beedman. Celebrity Rosa Neckaway third. And the fourth placing was number 2, Dark Chocolate. Now, loading up nicely, 1400 metres. And this is the in-top swing handicap. The Golden Rose winner at Rose Hill Gardens last year, the inaugural Golden Rose, and of course then went on to win the Caulfield Guineas and has come back in fine fettle, I believe, in top swing for Noel Mayfield Smith up at Hawkesbury. Here of Grace away from the stalls, hasn't she been racing well? Actually, this event does see some very, very consistent horses, and Darren Beedman has ridden 3 of these at their most recent appearances, all winners. In Wombalano Bell, for those watching on Sky on screen now. Darren also won on Dark Intrigue, and of course the horse he's riding, Silver Crescent, he scored on it at Randwick on New Year's Day. So whether he had the choice of the 3 or whether his allegiance to the John O'Shea stable swayed him, I don't know. Corey Brown aboard the favourites and Jessie, and for those that have just joined us, Corey on Cat Rain beat Darren on Al-Yafil and Nose in the first. Now it looks as though we're almost ready for a start. Air of Grace is in, and the second of the day is about to get underway. They're off this time. Dark Intrigue amongst the best to break the line. Wombalano Bell away nicely, and so too was Loiset nearer to the inside, but Muntz is keen to lead on Dark Intrigue. And going down to the 1200 marker, Dark Intrigue opens up about 2.5 lengths now on Loiset. On the outside is Silver Crescent, and Wombalano Bell is being eased back into 4th position, followed closely by Razor Jane. And then Natural Thunder being passed by Air of Grace, and the favourite is last another 3/4 away, St Jessie. Dark Intrigue lopes along, coming past the 850 with the lead of more than a length on Silver Crescent. Loiset on the rails third, 2.5 to Wombalano Bell, a length the Razor Jane. Rider just adjusting his grip on the reins, followed closely by Natural Thunder. Air of Grace obliged to race wide, and to St Jessie. At the 600, no change, and the leader is still Dark Intrigue. Silver Crescent at her quarters, third posse Loiset. Wombalano Bell on the outside, and then Razor Jane on the inside, followed by Natural Thunder, Air of Grace, and St Jessie as last as they commence the run around the home corner. and Silver Crescent raced alongside Dark Intrigue and put the nose in front. Wombalano Bill joining in, Loiset likewise, and Razor Jane on the rails. And here's St Jessie starting to loom up ominously, and as they come to the 150, and St Jessie out in the centre of the track, got to the front from Dark Intrigue, Wombalano Bill, Loiset, Natural Thunder, but the favourite too good, and that's St Jessie. St Jessie from a very close finish, Wombalano Bill and Natural Thunder. On the rails next was Dark Intrigue, Loiset, Silver Crescent Weekend, and then Razor Jane and Air of Grace was last. Well, there we go. C. Brown has won the first two on the programme, and this time St Jessie. Number one, St Jessie. Just quietly ridden. Corey Brown just sat back, waited until the point of the home corner, and then he let her rip, and the Jet Ball mare was much too good. She's racing in fine fettle for Chris Waller, who took her over from the retired Kerry Jordan. Pretty close for second and third here. No numbers up at the moment, and Wombalano Bell and Natural Thunder are the two involved here. Wombalano Bell, Huey Bowman for Peter McGregor, and the other horse, Natural Thunder, has done a good job coming back from 1800 to 14. Gary Portelli riding the Naturalism mare, Gary Portelli training, and Ryan Wiggins riding. Here we go. 1, 4, 8 and 6 are the official placings. Number 1, St Jessie, ridden by Corey Brown first. Number 4, Wombalano Bell, Hugh Bowman second. Number 8, Natural Thunder, Ryan Wiggins third. And number 6, the official fourth, and that was Dark Intrigue. And the tote dividends, the winner, number 1, St Jessie, $321.40. Number 4 paid $2. Number 8, $620. Quinella, $11.90. Exacta, $26.80. Trifecta, $291.70. $291.70. And the first four, 1486, $1,812.30. Now, here's the time, 1:23.77. That's point 76 outside St Jessie's own class record. And the margins, Aid? 1.5 a nose, and the sectional time 36.32. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. There's all the details on race 2 at Warwick Farm. Back for race 3, the Bella Spree handicap, where the early favourite is Suede, number 4, who's come up at 2.10 ahead of Wicked Wizard at 3.10. But very good start to the day for Corey Brown. He's got a good ride in the Inglis Classic a bit later on. He's riding Jolie, one of the top chances. Victoria's Darren Gauchi.
Well, Darren, you start off today with the very impressive horse Squad.
Yes, he was impressive his first start, Flemington. He's been going along nicely. I've done a bit of work on the horse, and he's a lovely individual. Today, he's doing a nice barrier. He might get back a touch, and with any luck, he should win.
With, do you think there's much natural improvement in the horse that he's shown you?
I think so. I don't think he's a dead-set runner. He's come along nicely. He seems to be a bit more relaxed this time in, and he's got a very good turn of foot. He's really impressed us all with what he's done so far.
You're right, what a blast in the second, and also Perfect Zero. First up today, did show a lot of promise early.
It did. Form reads okay. It's had very few starts for a 5-year-old, but look, it's the first time I ride this horse today, and I'm looking forward to riding the horse. Like I said, the form's okay.
Yeah. And also Youth, a horse that you're familiar with?
I'm familiar with Youth. It's a very hot race. Yeah. He'll probably get back a little bit, and which he did at the Valley the day when he won. So I hope the same sort of result comes along. It'd be a nice race to win.
Yeah, it certainly would. And Darren, Demine is an interesting runner. The 1400 first up here today. Has he done enough, and is he fit enough?
Well, he looks superb. I thought the horse looks well. I've trialled him last week, and he's come along nicely. He'll get back, I imagine, and he'll be running on strong. And look, his form in Sydney is pretty good, and it's good sort of strong form line for this type of race. So we're hoping that he can overhaul him.
Yeah, no, could be right there too. And also in race 7, Wild Rapid.
I went on Wild.
That's Darren Gauchi, who will be partnering Squad to Caulfield. Race 2 for the youngsters. Here's Greg.
Yes, 2-year-olds about to move in, a number of them unraced. Punters staying with what they know. Squad the favourite, but certainly a lot better odds on track. He's in the black. The query, no doubt, is the fact he's going to get back in the field if he runs to his pattern at Flemington. And the danger, of course, that it might be again a front runner's track. That's what we've yet to find out about the day. But Squad holding favouritism. Good move early in the betting came for Zilzi, the first starter who's not trialled from the Tony McAvoy stable. And it's trimmed right up on the tote. As you can see, it's tumbled right in across the board. Corporal Nadeem won a trial. Third favourite, Kistadan, ran second in the trial. Probably could have beaten Corporal Nadeem, although that's debatable. They were both very good runs in any case, the pair of them. And they're the main ones. Rocket General's been a big drifter. Ran second to Mantle at its only start after showing good pace. It's drawn awkwardly for a front runner. Now they're being called in, and they've been working on Chinotto for a little while here, trying to get him into the inside stall, and he exceeds now and takes up stall number 1. It's Bopalui time is going to be the next to move into the stalls. Craig Newitt on board. $40,000 buy at the Magic Million sales. He's ready. Spiriteur comes up. Locked away there for John Keating. $17 chance on the tote. First on the card, 9.47, a brilliant time return from the winner, Aliana. Ran in 56.68. The record is 56.1, held by Moss Rocket. There's Squad going up into the stalls. He was one of the most impressive 2-year-old winners of the season so far in Downing San Zero at Flemington on debut, and San Zero won at his very next outing. Lord of Lauriston about to get set now, and Impulsive Gambler has moved in. Zilzi has had good support, but Squad the favourite. Now Kistadan goes into the gates. Matthew Gatt, the replacement rider, on the bot, has joined them a bit wider out. Just the last couple to move in then. Corporal Nadeem, a trial winner in the fastest time of the session on the 5th of January. Dan Nikolic on board. This is the horse they're working on now. Corporal Nadeem, a $9.50 tote chance. Oh boy, Squad just got up in the air in the stalls there, but he's back down on all fours. The outside gate's been taken by Rocket General, and they're all set now. And straight through the front went Corporal Nadeem. Danny Nicolic's got hold of him just as the last one went in, and he's just a little fired up, this horse. He's gone down past the 1,000 metres now, but Dan, with his great strength, has been able to reel him in. Corporal Nadeem, he'll return to the gates for a quick inspection. Didn't look to do a great deal wrong, but just with youngsters, particularly having their first start, you don't want to see them do this sort of thing and burn any energy that's unnecessary. Funny thing is, it happened, the winner of the first race today, Aliana, this is just what happened to it at its very first start back last year. And nothing went right for her that day, but certainly did today. She just jumped and ran some very, very slick sectionals. Just another look at the boards from downstairs as some light drizzle comes in across the track as we speak. There's not a lot of it about, just some scattered dark clouds. Zilzi's coming in for more support on track, and Squad has just got out a little again. And no positive moves in any other direction. Corporal Nadeem has been easy, and so too has Kistadan after they opened up right in the market. Yeah, good strong move for Zilzi. Now, this runner heading back to the gates here. Corporal Nadeem, son of General Nadeem. And as we mentioned earlier, a trial winner. Stalls again. Squad on the Cerise colours, drawn close to the inside, and attendants with him. They're racing, and he was just a bit slow to move, Squad. Away very quickly as it's Bopalui time. Corporal Nadeem began fast, and Rocket General